This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark. In just a moment, I'm going to talk about an offer exclusive to my audience. But before I get to that, I want to kind of intro this topic here, and that is Tucker Carlson. Listen, I don't know how many videos about Tucker Carlson. He's a white supremacist who denies that white supremacy is a thing. He's a liar. Tucker Carlson says many demonstrably false things on his not just highly rated Fox News program, but the most highly rated program in the history of Fox News. More successful than O'Reilly ever was. His ratings are beyond the wildest dreams of Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham. And he says things that are false. Here just a smattering from PolitiFact. He said that between late December of 2020 and last month, a total of 3,362 people apparently died after getting the COVID vaccine in the United States. The actual number is almost certainly higher. That was rated false. He's a COVID vaccine skeptic, obviously. Maybe the vaccine doesn't work and they're simply not telling you that. That was rated pants on fire. The United States ended slavery around the world, and maybe we should get some credit for that too, says Tucker Carlson. The United States did not end slavery around the world. We were one of the last countries to end it ourselves. Talks about the Potomac River, says it's gotten a lot dirtier and dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. I go down there and that litter is left almost exclusively by immigrants. Pants on fire. He has called John Bolton fundamentally a man of the left. You know, John Bolton, the warmonger. That was also rated pants on fire. And then, of course, his latest jag. There's no evidence that white supremacists were responsible for what happened on January 6th. That's a lie, he says, which is also rated false. I want to say this to you. I want you to get this in your head, to remember who he is. I know I talk about him enough that it should be fresh in your memory, but he is a vile racist who says that immigrants make our country poorer and dirtier. He preaches a long time white supremacist talking point about the Great Replacement or white genocide. He's what everybody thinks like a neo-Nazi is, with a skinhead and the tattoos and the black boots like it's out of American History X. He is that. He just wears a suit and tie on his nightly show. There is no difference other than appearance between his beliefs, his pernicious beliefs, and those in media. And last night on his show, I'm going to talk about what he said, where he is making a claim that the National Security Agency, the NSA, is spying on him. Before that, though, let's talk about today's sponsor, Surfshark. As you might imagine, research for my work here has me online much of the day. While gathering information for my videos, one of the things I find most annoying is the constant stream of ads attempting to draw my eyes away from what it is I need to be focused on. But since I started using Surfshark about a year ago, distracting deals on designer pocket squares are long gone. Surfshark's Clean Web feature allows me to surf site after site and page after page without a single ad in sight. Clean Web also blocks all trackers and phishing attempts. Head to surfshark.deal/Dollemore to turn your browsing ad-free. Use code Dollemore to receive 83% off of your 2-year plan, and Surfshark will throw in 3 extra months for nothing. On top of that, they also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. And by the way, Ads aren't the only thing Surfshark will protect you from. Your personal data will be guarded by their industry-leading encryption. You can mask your IP address to ensure your privacy, and with their multi-hop function, you can connect to the web via multiple countries at the same time to further maintain your digital integrity. So head to surfshark.deal/Dollemore and use code Dollemore to get 83% off of a 2-year plan plus 3 additional months free, and never deal with another annoying ad ever again. Okay, let's get into this. I've got a clip of what he said last night. We're just gonna jump right in because it is. Here's my prediction. Something's coming down the pike that he wants to distract attention from, whether it be knowledge of what was possibly learned by the government in what's called incidental collection in intelligence gathering. But let's get to exactly what it is he said, then we'll break it down.
But it's not just political protesters the government is spying on. Yesterday we heard from a whistleblower within the U.S. government who reached out to warn us that the NSA, the National Security Agency, is monitoring our electronic communications and is planning to leak them in an attempt to take the show off the air. Now, that's a shocking claim, and ordinarily we'd be skeptical of it. It's illegal for the NSA to spy on American citizens. It's a crime. It's not a third world country. Things like that should not happen in America. But unfortunately, they do happen, and in this case, they did happen. The whistleblower, who is in a position to know, repeated back to us information about a story that we are working on that could have only come directly from my texts and emails. There's no other possible source for that information, period. The NSA captured that information without our knowledge and did it for political reasons. The Biden administration is spying on us. We have confirmed that. This morning we filed a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request, asking for all information that the NSA and other agencies have gathered about this show. We did it mostly as a formality. We've also contacted the press office at both NSA and the FBI. We don't expect to hear much back. That's the way that usually goes. Only Congress can force transparency on the intelligence agencies, and they should do that immediately. Spying on opposition journalists is incompatible with democracy. If they are doing it to us, and again, they are definitely doing it to us, they are almost certainly doing it to others. This is scary, and we need to stop it right away.
There is a whole bunch there, to be sure. First, let's start with the last thing that he said there, or toward the end, that it is spying on journalists is incompatible with democracy, he says. Where are all the America's not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic? Where are all them in the comments of his video? Where are all them to rebuff Tucker Carlson that we don't live in a democracy? And also, you're not a journalist, pal. Even Fox News has said nobody should take him seriously. You can't listen to what he says. He's not a journalist. It's an entertainment show. Even Fox News has said that. So you're not a journalist, Tucker. And further, a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request, is a legal request for documentation from the government, because we have the freedom to learn what the government knows about certain things. But a FOIA request related to an ongoing active intelligence operation is laughable to say the least. Yeah, that's a joke. Or going through the press office like you're going to learn anything. And then, not finally, but you want transparency now. Now, Tucker Carlson wants transparency from our intelligence infrastructure, the outfits that encapsulate our intelligence infrastructure in the United States. Now, he wants transparency. Now that Trump is out of office and has no longer there to misuse the arm of the government against journalists, against members of Congress. Now he wants transparency. And further, let's get to the claim. There is absolutely no chance that the NSA is actively spying on Tucker Carlson. There is a thing in intelligence gathering called incidental collection. And that would be if Tucker Carlson is actively communicating with a foreign government that there is an active intelligence operation working against, and there are countless, many. That is what our intelligence infrastructure does. And so Tucker Carlson texts with someone who is being surveilled, a foreigner who is being surveilled by the U.S. government. His communication would be collected. Now, whether you think that's good or bad, that is how it happens. That is how Michael Flynn was caught communicating with the Russian foreign minister. Sergei Kislyak at the time, not Lavrov, that's the new one, the new Sergei. That is how they found out. Because they're monitoring foreign nationals who are in the service to a foreign government, especially a hostile foreign government. Michael Flynn calls, and then they've got the call on the record. It's not that they're surveilling Michael Flynn, it's that he's calling an active surveillance target. That is almost certainly what is taking place here. And Tucker Carlson, with his anonymous sources that you'll notice no conservative ding-dongs are saying anything about, it's okay for them, especially when Tucker Carlson himself is the anonymous source. But when anybody else, oh, that's just fake. It's fake news because it's anonymous. Nonsense. I'm going to follow this. We collectively will follow this, but this is most certainly just a preemptive distraction from something else, and we will follow along to see exactly what that is. But remember that. Remember that I said that. It is a preemptive distraction. So at some later date, he can say, oh yeah, but, remember what I said? No. We're not going to allow it. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. A lot of times you click on a video, maybe you see another one of mine that you liked and you clicked on that, and then it just continues to be delivered to you. But eventually that'll stop. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. You'll love to see it. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I feel so young being on TikTok. The other thing is, I'll leave you with this. If I bring you value in any way whatsoever, please consider supporting my work. Please consider producing my work here on the platform. For as little as $2 a month, you can help move the conversation forward by way of supporting what I do here on the platform. If I'm not your flavor, if someone out there brings you more value, support that person. These are precarious times relative to the media landscape. And I think what I do and my cohort of individuals in my space on YouTube, I think what they do is important too. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.